Welcome everybody, I'm Dr. Kevin. We are live with Synergy Solutions. Happy New Year everybody. I just realized we're in 2021 and it's not even been a week and here we are. This is the first episode of Synergy Solutions here in 2021. I want to say welcome all the doctors, Dr. Vesna, George, Sasha, and Dr. Ian. Thank you. Hopefully everybody's doing well. And today we're talking about external forces. And before we dive into that, I want to give a little shout out to the Synergy Solutions page. This is where you go. The link is in the description, but it's about natural holistic healthcare, but in a way that has to deal with the energy, frequency, vibration, the quantum nature of our reality, and how we go about working with people here in the Synergy group here. And there's a nice story, there's a video that demonstrated a few things, and it just begins to introduce the topic. However, I have two things I want to share with you, where one is mother's intuition and one is a young boy singing in a glass, and I'm not going to put too much detail in there. We're just going to watch that. We'll talk about external forces and how that impacts the human body. And I don't know how you at home are feeling today. I do have the chat up, so comment how you're doing today, and I'll be able to see that. But we are in a very unique alignment today that's been building upon alignments that have been building all last year, and we're into a new territory. And there's decisions, there's values, there's knowing your inner self, knowing your inner worth. That all becomes important as we move forward, and as you put energy into things that you desire to build. I encourage you to focus on that, and versus putting energy into things that are detracting from you or draining your energy. So with that being said, I want to say I'm going to bring up this video. I'm going to start with the video first because that actually made me laugh today. It brought a big smile, and so I'm going to show it to everybody at home. And let me pull up the doctor so they can see it too, and that way we all have a nice look. Share the sound there. Good. Okay, here we go.
Look it! I did!
Oh, I gotta back it up. There we go.
Ah! Mom, look. It will never. Mom, I broke it!
You did not.
Isn't that so beautiful that his face is such a beautiful expression. Go ahead, Sasha, what were you saying there?
I just said that's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? And I found proper opera singers doing it, but this little boy, his later on,
Yeah.
and, you know what? I'm going to pull it back for you guys because I want you to see his facial expression. It was so delightful for me when I saw it. Let me pull back for everybody at home. Here it is. No, his sister didn't believe it. His mom didn't believe it.
I broke a glass! I broke a glass, peoples! Woo! Don't, Woody! Look it!
Look at that smile.
Stop. I broke the glass!
Look at that face. So fantastic. And then since we're here, I'm going to flip over to another component. So this is sound. Sound affecting a physical object. And here we have mother's intuition. I just did a quick search. Type in mother's intuition. I recommend not clicking on the first article that you find and scrolling down. Usually that's what I'll hold back on my comment on that. But here we are. I found a nice little thing right at the main page. Just mother listens to gut and saves daughter's life. Mom finds her son by listening to her intuition. Mom intuition saves baby from being skewered. Listen, and I've read other articles before I came on here, and even Psychology Today, one of the mainstream news magazines, recognizes it as a well-known phenomena that's accepted in mainstream science. However, they really don't get it, and so that's okay. And the point is, there's something that connects us at different levels than we have been taught. And this is my attempt to continue to provide evidence for everyone at home, whoever watches this, wherever you are, whatever channel you're watching this on, whatever time you're watching this on. And so I'm reading a comment. and that there's different ways in which we interact, and how we can impact one another by our thoughts, by our intentions, by our sounds, and I would imagine other things. So today's conversation is about external forces. So Dr. George, Dr. Vesna, Dr. Sasha, Dr. Ian, talk about, because this is a conversation deep within the chiropractic profession. There's internal forces and there's external forces. Dr. George, I'm going to start with you on this one, and if you could comment about external forces.
Well, I'll read from Article 388 of Stevenson's textbook. External forces are environmental or universal or physical forces not assembled by innate intelligence. Their main characteristic is that they are not adaptive, though they can be adapted. And it goes on. They can be harmful or beneficial to the body, and on and on. But it's kind of whatever impinges upon you is an external invasive force.
Beautiful. Thank you for reading the actual definition. If for those of you that are unaware, the Stevenson's textbook is one of the most infamous, one of the most well-renowned texts within chiropractic. Basically the healthcare that when one applies it in their life, it produces life. It produces optimal life availability, if I may add to that. Vesna, please, your thoughts on external forces. And Dr. George, I really appreciated you mentioning that there's forces that can be beneficial as well as harmful.
Right.
Dr. Vesna, your thoughts.
What comes to my mind is when we experiences we have when we know that we've been at the right place at the right time to meet whatever. That's my idea, my perception of that. And sometimes it's so clear. It's wonderful.
It's the amazing synchronicities, right place, right time. People come to help you, or you're in the right place to help somebody. I remember walking into some place, and I just said one little thing. It was nothing from my perspective, but a woman overheard it and said, "You must be an angel," because I needed exactly that statement to be heard right now. I'm like, that's just so amazing how things like that happen. Dr. Ian, your thoughts about external forces and what we've been talking about so far?
Yeah, internal, external forces. I mean, we've got our at least five senses that have developed to take those external forces and help us stay alive, help us cope with those external forces, right? I mean, it's really like a 3-hour talk. We could talk all day about internal, external forces, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to key on something that you talked about a minute ago. You said, don't fight the negative, go towards the positive. You know what I mean? Sometimes people get embroiled in, I'm going to take care of this negativity. No, just be part of the positive. That'll raise your force and your vibration. Yeah.
So critical.
Be a positive force.
Yeah. We have to recognize the negative. We have to, I'll say, honor it. Respect it in a way. Though then with that recognition, then we can focus on the positive. We can focus on solution orientation. Right on.
Kind of. Well, I'm saying though, you don't want to spend your life just fighting negative things. You just want to be part of the positive. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of that going. I think there's a lot of need for that right now. Definitely, I know here in the United States, there's a big happening, and then I know around the world things are happening. So let's just keep it at that. But there is, we're focusing on building good things, and that's definitely what Synergy Solutions here is about. Thank you for that comment, Dr. Ian. And Dr. Sasha, your thoughts, external forces, please.
I was thinking the laws of physics as we know them. Matter cannot be created or destroyed, but can be transformed, and we can transform negative energy, however we perceive it, into something different if we choose to.
Right. It reminds me of something that happened to me the other night. I simply just asked myself a question of what to do with this negative. How do I turn this into a positive? And then the answer came a few moments later. And Sasha, that's to me what you just described. And I'm talking about thought form, but that's also true for the physical form, of course.
Yeah.
Very, very beautiful. I want to thank you for that. And so here we are. I've been down. We are here with Synergy Solutions, and one of the tools that I use, you've seen me on here, this is the way I deliver an external force to input into the human body, whether in physical form in front of me or at a distance remotely. And that's what we're going to be doing here. Dr. Ian's got his instrument right there. And for those of you that have been on before, you've seen Dr. George, the thumb, and I'm sure there's a proper name for that, the thumb thrust.
Flick, I call it. I don't know.
Yeah, there's all kinds of ways to input a impulse with an intention. And before we got started, I mentioned Dr. Herbert Benson from the Harvard Mind Body Institute, the president of the Harvard Mind Body Institute. And they studied prayer, they studied intention, they studied different things of this nature. And there is a real measurable effect in a positive way. So what we're going to be doing here in a moment. We're going to do some acknowledgement before, because we have a few more phases. And we're talking about our intentions, and then we're going to go into phase 3, which is where we deliver the care. And then phase 4 is where we have our breakdown, our debriefing of what each of the doctors found, any insights that we had. So stay tuned for that. But first, I want to acknowledge one of the people that we're going to be working with today. It is Dr. Sasha's mom. It's her birthday today. And what is it, 97 you said? No, I can't be right.
97.
Wow.
That is spectacular. What a long life, and hopefully she's moving well and having some quality.
She's quite frail, but she's in good health for her age.
Good health for her age, wonderful. We as we get into our elder years, we're not as robust as we were when we were 18. Yet she seems like she's in good health. Thank you. Well, we're going to be helping her today. We're going to adjust her and.
No medication or anything.
What's that, Sasha?
No medication involved.
Wonderful.
What's that?
Wonderful. I saw a quote the other day is if your doctor tells you that food does not affect your health but pharmaceuticals do, it's time to fire your doctor. All right, I digress. I'll pull back a little bit. But with that being said, I want to wish your mom. What's your mom's name?
Ina.
Ina. I want to wish her a happy birthday.
E-E-N-A. Ina.
Ina, thank you. And
Ina.
Sina, excuse me.
November Alpha.
Thank you. My apologies. Sometimes it doesn't come too clear on Zoom here. And but we're going to be wishing her a happy birthday collectively. We're going to be doing collective attunement with her. And with that being said, anyone at home that you have a desire, you have a wish, you have a need for yourself, for a loved one, having that person in your thoughts, in your intention while we do this will produce a positive effect for them. In fact, I know one of my intentions is for all beings of all levels of depths and dimensions that are wanting this care, are needing this care, are asking for this care to be able to connect to this group and receive that care. Now, if you are been tuning in over the last couple of weeks, maybe even longer, maybe over a year, I would ask for you to support the channel. Like the video, share the video with a friend, tag somebody in it. And if you have the ability to support financially, go to synergysolutions.com, and there's a couple ways of getting there. And you can participate in the inner members area. Right now it's a Facebook group. It's $47 a month to join in. You get access to each of the weekly live attunements, and there's more things going on in that channel. And another way to get there, of course, is at the shop on my personal webpage, drkeving.com. Right there, I have Raw Optics, one of the sponsors. Excuse me. That's for protecting eyes. I don't know about you at home. We are getting bombarded with screen time, and protect those eyes. I beg of you. I invite you to protect those eyes. So go to drkeving.com, and you can go to the shop section. Click on that button right there. And it takes you to all kinds of products that are about clean water, using technology to balance the energies within your body, protect your eyes, protect your mind, protect your physical form. So I invite everyone to go there and check that out. So let's go ahead and move forward. Let's talk about intentions for today. Dr. George, I'll start with you. What thoughts come up for you today as far as a general intention for the collective, and or anyone specifically that you're looking to help?
Boy, that's a lot there. So
Mm.
I always draw a little picture that's one of my surrogates, and I had a little hand here, and as soon as you were saying intention, I went blank and I drew a circle, and then the words "heal the world" popped up.
Mm.
So we're going to heal the world today. Needs it.
Heal the world.
Whatever part of the world's ready to step up a little bit, we're going to have an effect on that, directly and indirectly.
Beautiful. Fantastic. And I am honored to be a part of that. Thank you, George.
Thank you, Kevin.
Dr. Vesna, your thoughts about today, your intentions.
Connect to our inner strength. When we are in connection with it, we're less likely to be subject to believe lies, to be deceived, and all that.
Yes. So there is the conversation of what are we being told, and is that true, and how do we define that, and how do we know that? And there is this inner guidance that I think that you're referring to. And that is what we are desiring to connect to and have a strong connection to. And I would like to add, before we move forward, we still want to include the people of Croatia and any other people around the world have been affected by earthquakes and traumatic external events that are ongoing in the nature of the world that we live in. Hopefully there's been some healing and some recovery, and some people are coming together and healing. And thank you for bringing it up last week. That was very impactful for me. Sasha, your thoughts about today?
I'll just do some OD and see. I'll ask if I can heal the world. That's okay with me. And my in my thoughts today.
Beautiful. And when Sasha's talking about the OD, for anyone who's new, it stands for the occipital drop. And that is the technique where we get what's called the biofeedback. The answer, can we participate? Can we help? And in what form and what way? So, kind of like a combination lock, the when, the where, the how, to deliver these external forces to facilitate the positive growth, the positive healing, to releasing the old, aligning with the new, however that is for you. Dr. Ian, your thoughts about today, your intentions for today.
It's like Dr. George said, heal the world. Put out the positive vibe.
Yeah. It's like being the light in a dark room. It just shines everywhere. Beautiful. Yes, and my personal is more. Well, I want to take a little bit from everybody here. Yes, participating in healing the world, connecting with our inner integrity, our inner resilience, our inner fortitude, and just aligning with that inner peace as well. That is totally available today, and I invite everyone to connect with that. So let's go ahead and shift gears. I'm going to be signing off, and before I sign off with the public groups, and we're going to be streaming this continually in the private members area. I want to share this image at home. This is the connection between the function, the structure, the chemistry of the human body, but as well as the electromagnetic systems, the subtle energy fields, intentions. And if you're into quantum physics, you've learned about information. This is not just like words on a piece of paper. This is how I would say it would be universal information. The quantum information that is sent and received in the form that we are doing here, and has a direct line of connection to the physical form. So give us a moment. We're going to be tuning out for the general, and we're going to be highlighting for the members area. And if you'd like to get access to the members area, go to synergysolutionsessions.com or drkeving.com, and you can go ahead and get access there. I want to say thank you, everybody, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Dr. George, is that called Zimmer's?